Hey, everybody. I'm just going to make a drink and then we get going. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Well, it's actually afternoon. It's actually 2:30 in the afternoon. But we're here. Yo, Kurjade. Oh, no. I'm going to call you Dam because I'm not sure. Um, Faye. Feharan Dam? I'm not sure how you pronounce that, buddy. I don't want to. I'm sure I butchered the ever-living shit out of that. I'm sure I butchered the ever-living shit out of that. I'll call you Fair. That's actually better. Oh, I'm so stupid. I'm so sorry. I just woke up. Yo, it is guys. His name is Adam. I was like Fair Adam. You are now Feharadam. Okay, let's get going. Let's get going. Here for the scams? Yeah, what up, noodles? Hang on. It's super. It's super fucking rainy today. It is Monday. It's just cloudy, rainy for the next 10 hours. All right, so let's talk about Hero Siege. Let's talk about Hero Siege. I will probably make more just like videos about very specific stuff in here because I do want to make this. I do want to open this up for discussions and talk about some things, but I also I do want to get back to playing median, so I won't make this extremely long for the notes. We will talk about some stuff. We will talk about some stuff, some things, right? So the first things we'll go through like kind of what's basic here, right? We'll do some of the basic stuff, and I'm actually gonna put all this in a notepad for myself, just so I can move it around because it's like right in my way. All right, first thing is inventory moved, right? The inventory moved around a bit. You can see that relics are now over here on the left side, right? And then your potions are kind of more front and center here, right? They're a bit more front and center. Now, they used to be like right here ish, right? I'm not a huge fan of this change. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a huge fan of this change because whenever you hover over your potions, you get this. And this is the very first iteration. I don't know if they'll well, I think it's the second. I don't know if they'll move this around. I've already made a suggestion to turn this into something a bit different. I mean, they can keep it the way that it is, but I've made a suggestion to change it to look like PD2, right? I think that would look really good. I think PD2 probably did it the best. I hate to say it, but I'm pretty sure PD2 did it the best. Right? So you can put different potions in here and it'll have icons above these, right? It'll have just different icons. What's the max belt slot? 5? It's like 4 or 5. Right? And it would just color in based on how many you have in the belt. And it's different colors, just based on which potion is in there. And this will help people. I think this is a good idea too, because this will help whenever the potion system will sometimes put potions in of a different type or a different color, or whatever that you didn't want. Especially if they could even add that shit down here, to be honest with you. Right? That'd be nice too. They could put it in both spots. And then it'll gray out if you don't have that many slots. Like, so you can have 5 slots total, but the belt that you have on only has 3. It'll gray 2 of them out or whatever it is, right? I think that's a good system. This to me, I don't know. Like, it doesn't look bad. I'm not saying that it's like I'm an belt open player. This, like, it's not terrible. The only thing I don't like about it is anytime, say I want to change my belt, look, it's still up. I can pick my belt up But now I can't put my belt back down. I have to move out of the way and come back. Anytime I run into this, if I am in this like section here, it's up. Right? That's not okay in my eyes. That's like bad. Because anytime you change a ring, it's gonna do that. Anytime you change a belt, anytime ring, anytime like anything in here, you go to wear a weapon. Like most people, if they're like here, they're gonna do this and they're gonna run into it. Anytime they go for their shield, they're gonna run into it. I don't like it. Now I can see where maybe they'll add like a button right here for like lock inventory. It's gotta be a UI bug. It's not a UI bug. Because it was like this before. Now what they could do, if I don't know, I still think this looks ugly. Just putting all your let me put some potions in. Just putting all the potions over shit, like God damn it. Like look that just looks ugly, bro. I'm sorry. That looks ugly. And then what happens if I do this? Now I know that they've just moved this down here. So again, there could be some different things they can fix here. But like I just don't like it. I straight up don't like it. I think it looks ugly. Now look when I go for my belt, look at that shit. Nah. Now what they could do is they could add a button in here, which there's not really any space for anymore if you go to these different slots. They could put a button right here to like lock your inventory, right? Or lock potion belt that would prohibit you from, hovering over. But anytime you wanted to like see what potions you had, other than like hovering over here, you'd have to uncheck it to see. Another thing that could be helpful is if you're wearing a satanic potion, why do I have 5 slots? Also, if I already made a suggestion about this. Yo, Firebird, what's up, buddy? So I do like that they put the potions here. I do like that they put it in the inventory like this. I have used that even when I'm leveling. Like I've just like naturally looked at my inventory when putting on potions more than down here. But I think again, I think the answer is to have indicators above here. Like pull this whole thing down a bit. Right? Yeah, it looks like you can move because of this little bit of spacing here. You could pull these up, which would line that up. Well, this wouldn't be lined up. I don't know. I have to stare at it for a minute. Assign potions. Yeah, certain slots. That's true. All right. So that's change number 1. Right. Glyphs. The next big thing, chat. Glyphs have been completely reworked. Right. I don't have a bunch of glyphs to show you at the moment. Do I have a single glyph to show you? Wait, I don't have a single glyph. I don't know. They might have been deleted. They might have been removed. or they deleted because they got reworked. That's totally possible. No, that I don't. This isn't a glyph. This is a satanic. Oh, I see them. They're not. They're just not being highlighted. They're just not being highlighted. So glyphs are now different. That one doesn't have anything on it yet. So it's still a work in progress. It says in the patch notes that this is a work in progress, right? So that's why these say depreciated, because they're not ready yet. Magifying, chance to drop dungeon keys, that sort of stuff. Right. So glyphs have been completely reworked. Is the home portal a skin? That's a skin. I don't know which one it is. Is it that one? Yeah. So because of that, they've now gross. Yo, ducks it up. So because of that, now angelic augments, or sorry, weapon augments are no longer in the game. Yep. There are no longer weapon augments in the game. Weapon augments have been replaced with angelic augments, as well as old glyph effects. So there are some glyph effects that they wanted to keep in the game from the old glyph system. They added them as angelic augments. This is different than weapon augments, because weapon augments obviously you put on your weapon. This is now adding the angelic augment to your chest. So it goes to the same place. You still use a key. It still works the same way, right? All of that's the same. It just now is weapon augments plus old glyph effects. So they reverted weapon? No, they didn't revert weapon. They put it on the chest. They just regrouped them. That's it. They didn't change anything about weapon augments. They regrouped them into angelic augments, right? With glyph effects as well in there. That's it. Which makes sense. That's pretty much what we knew they were going to do from the first place. Right? We pretty much knew that in the first place. But just like before, this might not be completely ready. Oops, wrong one. Again, this might not be completely ready. I don't know. You'll just come up here. Yeah, it says armor augment like before. You'll put your chest in. There you go. So now I have infinity, which was a glyph effect on my chest. See what I mean? Like I keep running into it. Even there, just to show it, I just run into it all the time. I hate it. Now, hopefully they'll make it so that you can press Alt and be able to see these just like before, but I don't know. Right. Next. About to go bail in hell. Sheesh. What level are you? I bet you can't. What does the buff do? I don't know. I don't know what the buff does. I don't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, well, I'll get you after this fire. $116. You can't fight Bale until 125. Next, the next pretty huge change, chat. You can no longer use 10 dimensional shards to get to Uber Reaper. It is now 40. It is now 40 dimensional shards to fight Uber Reaper. And honestly, I'm fine with it. I'm actually more than fine with it. Because I think 10 is one run. You find a Shadow Realm and you're basically like going into Reaper for free. Like 10's not enough. It's really not enough. Someone got a new haircut for the single moms out there. Sheesh. Do we have a date for season 5? Nope. Don't get me wrong. I can understand that 40 is a lot, but it should be a lot. Like. It's definitely going to make. I don't want to make any speculations because I'm thinking like it definitely makes torches more expensive because of how much more it takes to get to it. So even like the lower used torches will still go up in value, but they're only going up in value because of the cost that it took to get that one in particular. But it also makes the ones on the other side of like the meta torches much more expensive, right? It also it also gives you a reason to try and corrupt them, right? I mean, you did it before, so it makes sense. Or season 5 confirmed 2077. So yeah, up to 40. I'm fine with this change. I think it's actually more than okay. I think it makes you as players, chat. I think it makes you as players have to actually farm out and grind to get to Uber Reaper. It's no different than going to Uber Trist in D2 or PD2. You know how long it takes to get to fucking Uber Trist? Even especially as a solo player. Oh my lord. As long as it's not PD2 key drops, no. The shards you can get 10 shards in one run. It's more probably like 5, 6, 7, something like that per run. Right. But even that, if you have a party of 4 people that are, just farming different zones, that's not bad. It's really not bad. All it is makes it take longer to get them, which ultimately leaves less torches in the market, which I'm fine with, especially early. There shouldn't it's too easy. It's way too easy. And honestly, it makes the people like myself and like Stoff and Jord and I'm trying to think of other groups that are there. There's another one I can't think of. It helps us from getting too rich too early. I'll be honest. It nerfs us. It makes it harder for us because we have to grind more and more and more and more. Like we're still gonna get rich off of it for sure, right? We're still gonna get rich because the torches will go up in price, but we're not gonna get exceeding amounts of them. We're not gonna have fucking 40 torches on day one, basically. It's not that many, but you get what I mean. Is there any balances on C to A's here, Satanics? Not yet, Ralph or Raphael. Not yet. Can you craft sockets on any item? No, only on white items. At least in Hero Siege, it's only on white items. Just give us some ETA. That's all I want to hear. There you go. I'll give you an ETA. Yo, LLG, what's up, buddy? All right, so next, here's the next change. Some confirmed. I mean, that's confirmed. It's from Elias. He knows. Don't tell people that, please. Grax, he said that while he was drunk. I mean, Otto said it too. It wasn't just Elias. And I don't think Otto drinks. I mean, if he does, he's fucked up all the time. I mean, actually, I have no idea. I've just never heard of him talk about drinking, so I don't know. Just a Dev adjacent. All right, here's the next change. Anybody see it? I'm gonna go on a different. I'm gonna go on a different level, a different thing to show you a bit better. New boss bars. I think that looks really nice. I think that looks really nice. I mean, I know some people don't care about any of that stuff, but I mean, I think that looks really clean. The art looks nice. The HP value being right here is way better. Just the whole thing overall looks way better. Yeah, no complaints on that at all. Let me go back to town. Two HD for Hero Siege? I disagree. I like it, but everyone's entitled to their opinion. It's no different. Think of it like this, Kerjade. Do you use HD text in MXL? I mean, I don't, but it's no different than people that play PD2 or MXL and they turn on HD text. Can you roll sockets on white items more than once? Nope, only one time, Ducks. If you roll it and you say you need 4 sockets, you only get 2. Well, you now have 2 sockets. That's the gamba of it. That's the jamba. Need some res. What should I do with it? Let me get through here siege first. Kerjade. We're playing Hero Siege right now. Let me get through this and then we can talk about it. I want to go look at another one. I'll go look at like Gurag or something. What's with the item slots? We'll go. I already went through all of that stuff. I'll do a recap at the end talking about it. So pre 100 is not worth rolling sockets in. It absolutely is. Maybe you get the sockets you need. Maybe you find a mace that you need to get 4 sockets on, but the mace has like +4 to all skills or +5 to all skills. 1,000%. Doesn't matter what level you are, you're gonna try to roll sockets on it. Now, if you're just trying to get like your basic rune word, then in that situation, no, probably not. Right. But if you find one that has like a bunch of skills on it, it's probably worth. So, because I noticed whenever I hit him last time, there was like another bar. You see that second bar there? I don't know what that's about. Oh, that's like that's his actual HP value, and then there's an animation behind it. That's what's happening. I missed that. I'm heading to work, so I'll have to pick this up later. It's all on YouTube, creeping. It's all on YouTube. You'll be able to rewatch the clip, the VOD. Plus, I'm gonna make a video about all this stuff. So, but they're relics. The relics are on the what's on the left side, by the way. TLDR. Is this beta option on Steam? No, it's invite only. Season 5 beta is invite only. All right, let's go show no. I'm just gonna go durag again because I want to see it. There's no buy-in option. You're funny. Yeah, you got scammed. Yeah, you got scammed. All right, let's go. I'm gonna look at Gurag again. Okay, so I see it. See that, chat? I don't know. I like that, and like all those skills that drop down from it. I actually like that a lot. Cool. Please don't use any of that stuff. Actually, I'm gonna turn it off. If you use any of it, you're gonna get scammed because I'm trying to make a video here. Well, I'm not making a video. I'm trying to make a VOD. Right. The river. Here's a big one, chat. Here's a big one. I'm not gonna show it. I'm not gonna show it because I don't know if they want me to show this or not. Right. I'm not sure if they want me to show this or not, so I'm not going to show it. But they reworked the river in Valhalla completely. You know, the river boat thing, that's no longer a mini game. There's now something new there. It's better. Right? I'll just say that it's better. The mini game is no longer there. I've only beaten it once. I played this game for years, and I've only beaten that bitch one time. It's because I had to. Because I was in SSF. Otherwise, I'd always just got people to skip me. It's not hard. No, it's not hard. It's just annoying. You're correct. Yeah, it's like you spend X amount of time, like you're trying to grind the game, and you're like stuck in this mini game that's like not really relevant to the game type, and you're like, It's just my loot to job. I just need to get through this boat so I can get, because the only time I would go there is like maybe Camp of Souls, or like Helheim had a fucking 3 loot with heroics or something, and I'm like, oh shit, I need to get there. Oh no, I need to go do the quest. So I'm stuck doing the quest for like 25 minutes. Because my attack rating was too low. Yep. There it is. There it is. Okay. Next, we have enchanted sigils can no longer be sold on the market. Right. Enchanted sigils were these things, which I don't know why you would be selling them on the market anyway. I don't know what the deal with that was. Because you could buy them. Oh, probably because you were buying them for a lower price and then reselling them for like a bit more on the trade site, and you were making money, but it was still cheaper than the people that were buying them without reduced vendor prices. So people were just getting like a max vendor reduction. So they were getting this as low as they possibly could, and then buying them and then reselling them for X price to people that didn't have character at that lowest price. Right. And because the game gives them, like, this is okay, right? The fact that somebody's doing that, like the flipping is fine. The problem is the game gives you infinite of them. So you just infinitely were able to flip. Yeah. That's probably not a good idea. Okay. Chat. How many of you in here play SSF? How many of you are like SSF gamers or Odyssey players? Or more specifically, because this next part is for you guys. This whole next part is for you guys. People with no friends, please stand up. Right? Because I've seen the argument. I've seen the argument on SSF. There's a lot of people that play SSF that feel like they just don't get the juice. Right? They feel like they don't get the juice, and that the game is a bit too hard for SSF. Right? So first change. Let me go to my shit here. I don't, but I pretend by not talking to anyone. Don't you go play SSF or more? Yeah, I always play SSF. Usually. I usually start in trade because that's where all the boys are and I want to hang out with my friends and play. But then I go to SSF once like people slow down. What even is Odyssey mode? It's SSF. Noodles. Trade is the most fun for league starts? Yeah, absolutely. I go to it after. So here it is, chat. You can no longer migrate your character from SSF to trade. You can no longer migrate your character because this is how it used to be. Yeah. Whenever Odyssey first came out in like season 1 and season 2, I think maybe season 2 is when it changed. I don't know, but initially you couldn't migrate your character from SSF to trade. I think the only reason they did do this, I think I might have mentioned it. I'll be honest with you. I think I mentioned it because there's modern games, like pretty much all ARPGs, you can migrate from SSF to trade, right? However, I think for this game in particular, at least where it's at currently, I can see arguments. I see the arguments both sides of this, right? I see the arguments for both sides, but I think this is a good decision. I mean, it's a good decision either way. Like they're not wrong no matter what they decide to do with this, because it's an impossible fucking question to answer, and it's an impossible situation that they're in. But I think ultimately, this is the best way because if you look at the concerns and you look at the amount of people that do have issues with SSF, because there's a pretty good amount of them, right? Compared to the amount of people that are happy with SSF, right? Um, I think this is good. And the reason I say that this is a good change and not being able to migrate is SSF will now have different drop rates for items than trade. Right. They increase the drop rates of items in SSF. And not talking about just like regular items, talking about uniques, runes, boss gems, dungeons, angelic keys, dice, battle fragments, dimensional shards, everything across the board for SSF was brought up. Right. And I think another number, and maybe they have this number and this is the data that they saw. I think another number to this is how many people actually migrate from trade from SSF to trade. Right. I think I think another big question is how many people actually migrate from SSF to trade, and of the people that do migrate, how many of them did it just because they found an angelic like a Dawnbringer or Tyraels early or whatever. Right. That shouldn't be a thing either. Like you shouldn't be just migrating out of SSF because you found an item to go sell. Right? It's like I don't know. It means that you like don't enjoy that the SSF game mode. Like you really don't enjoy the SSF game mode. You're just there. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So what does make sense is making Odyssey a game mode that people enjoy and that people want to play. And if that means making its own thing, I mean it's just its own thing now, but the thing is SSF currently is not a different game than trade. It's not. It's the same game. It's the exact same game, and you can opt into it anytime you want. To be bound items, yeah, like how Last Epoch does it. Any of those items are bound, and then if you move to trade, you can't sell any of the items that you found in SSF. It's just I don't know. So I'm not going to tell you the percents. It almost doesn't even make sense to play SSF for that reason. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And as you were saying, it's going to help with the prices of trade too. Yeah, all the people that are just migrating their like they go and create a new character and throw like angelics and like expensive items that they're like, yo, I'm never going to use this in SSF or whatever. Maybe they will. I don't know. But they offload all their shit onto a character that they migrate into trade and then go sell all that stuff so that they can I don't know. There's different things you can do with that for sure. Like they could go play trade, they could give it to their friends, they could, whatever. Just disrupt the economy. Yeah, just be annoying. Just mess with the economy for no reason other than just to mess with the economy. Right? It's not true like here's just trade um items and here's just SSF items. So this is a great change in my opinion. Yeah, I'm kind of with you on it. There for there for a hot minute I wasn't. there for a hot minute. I'm like, it shouldn't be different games. It should be, because I'm thinking more like PoE, of like, it should be the exact same game. You just have this self-imposed challenge of it's by yourself. But unfortunately, I just don't think that Hero Siege is currently in a place that can support both game modes of being the exact same game in that way. I mean, it can. It has for fucking 2 or 3 seasons. Even if they remove the migrate side of it and just kept SSF the exact way that it is right now, even that I think would be fine. But because you can migrate, it disrupts way too much. Yeah, I think it unfortunately where Hero Siege is right now, it disrupts too much. PoE is such a massive game. There's so many people that play in trade, right? That the few people that migrate out of SSF, because I doubt there's that many, unless they find a mirror, or they find a mage blood, or they find something like super expensive. There's probably not a ton of people that migrate out of SSF. And if they do find a mage blood in SSF, they're probably not migrating because that's fucking pog, right? You find a mage blood in SSF, you're really happy. It's quite the opposite of what maybe happens here. So I just hate that you can't target farm the necro set, the A bomb set. Just not for the big necro minion set. There are more items. Well, you can't target them. I mean, you can't target them right now, but the thing is, there has to be some items that aren't target farmable. And the A bomb set is too strong of a set to just give you as a target farm. I'll be honest with you. It's too strong. It gives you +1 summons. It gives you so much juice to your minions that you shouldn't be able to target farm it. It's too strong. Same thing for Necro Butchers, which is also not target farmable. It's just too strong. But I do agree with you. Like, I am also the type of person that liked back in Hero Siege 1 when every act in each zones and whatever is the only place in the game that you could drop a specific item, but it had like much higher chance. So you could go like you could be like, I need the A bomb set, and that's gonna be in, I don't know, and Mevius's act, it's in, or Act 7, and it's in 3-2. And you have to grind 3-2 out over and over, and that's the only place that you can get that one piece, or maybe the whole set can drop there, right? And nowhere else in the game. So whenever you do find that item, it makes it much more valuable because no one's gonna be grinding that zone, because there's a lot of other things. There's satanic zones, there's CTs, there's bossing, there's shadow realms, there's like a lot of other stuff to do as well. And I don't know, it adds value. Now on the flip side of that, here's the downside of having the itemization like that, is you also, for the way where Hero Siege 2 is right now, you also pivot everybody and you put people in these narrow um pigeonholes, basically, of only farming X zones, because that's where the meta classes items are. Right. Especially in the game right now where there's only like 3 classes that are in the meta. If you take those 3 classes and the items for those 3 classes and you put them in specific spots, right? People will only grind those items. And then everything else, I don't know, maybe that makes some of the other items come up in price because nobody's grinding for those. You can't literally find them, so it brings the prices up and then makes the ones that you can find less. I don't know. I don't know what would happen to the economy in that situation, but it, I don't know. It makes sense that things that people aren't farming for because they're not global drops would come up in price. But if nobody's playing them, then I mean, it wouldn't matter. They wouldn't come up in price because nobody's playing them anyway. It's just MXL2. So yeah, that's pretty much it, chat. Yeah, that's pretty much it today for the Hero Siege stuff. right? I'll do a quick recap. I will do a quick recap of everything. Price is irrelevant because you won't buy them anyways. Yeah, it's kind of what I'm thinking. It would be niche, which means the price isn't going to change because it's niche. They'd have to keep the price low so that people will buy it. Yeah. Okay. When we don't know. First things first, they changed the inventory. Relics are now on the left. Potions are now down here on the bottom. Glyphs have been completely reworked. They are still a work in progress. But glyphs now, where are they at? Oh, my inventory. There they are. There's a couple of them. Yeah, glyphs are now reworked. So there's a couple of them. They are a work in progress. They're going to be much less like character power, OP, destroy the whole game, zoom, zoom, right? They're going to be more, more tailored towards grinding and stuff, which I'm fine with. Augments, weapon augments have been removed from the game. So whenever you would go and use, the whole craft thing and you would craft on a weapon augment on your weapon, that has been removed from the game. However, it has been replaced with angelic augments, right? Angelic augments are all of the weapon augments that plus old glyph effects. So you can see that on my chest here, I have the augment infinity. Infinity is an old glyph effect. You can now create town portals anywhere in the game, right? So if maybe I was in, the King's Garden boss Gurag, I can create a portal in Gurag's area. It just will make the portal restricted. It'll change the color and make it red. You won't be able to enter that, right? Uber Reaper. Uber Reaper now costs 40 shards to get into instead of 10. I don't have really where to show that. I don't really have anywhere to show that. It costs 40 instead of 10 now. They improved all the health bars on bosses. They updated all the health bars to make them more clean and more HD. They I can't show this. Excuse me. I don't know if I'm allowed to show this, so I'm not going to. But they reworked the river in Valhalla completely. The river we had the mini game. The mini game is no longer there. It is now a new zone. Yeah. You can no longer sell enchanted sigils on the market that you would buy from Torstein, which, yeah. And then lastly, SSF has been completely changed. You can no longer migrate your character from SSF to trade. You no longer migrate your character from SSF to trade. However, SSF did get a rework. Drop rates were increased across the board for unique items, runes, boss parts, boss gems, dungeons, angelic keys, satanic dice, battle fragments, dimensional shards, kind of just like all the things that you would get have been increased in SSF. Right? Do you have a Google Doc link with the changes? I do not. Because this is just one patch. This is just one patch. Now, I will be making a video on this probably tomorrow when I wake up, or maybe tonight before I go to bed. I'm not really sure. I will be making a video just kind of going through different, it'll probably be a couple of videos, honestly, out of this, because I can definitely talk about just different things in general. So, yeah, either way, I appreciate everybody hanging out, talking about the big changes in Hero Siege. And yeah, we're going to go play some Media in XL. GG's. Yeah, I'm going to be here. Like, we're not going to end stream or anything. I just wanted to talk about some of those different things, as well as this VOD will be on YouTube. This whole VOD will be on YouTube. So you guys can go back and go through the changes and kind of go through the discussion with us, right? So everybody on the YouTube side, if you want to come hang out, I am streaming on Twitch right now. It's twitch.tv/Graxy_TV. You're welcome to ask me any questions you want about Hero Siege, changes, just anything Hero Siege related. It doesn't bother me at all. But we are playing the new season of Media in XL. So I will see you guys over there. Bye, YouTube. Bye, YouTube. I will see you guys soon. Bye, YouTube.